Have you ever realized that most of us are quietly sabotaging our own lives? We hold on to people, habits, and thoughts that drain our energy, cloud our mind, and steal our focus. Every day, we scroll, we compare, we postpone, and we settle for comfort while our potential quietly slips away. It's a brutal truth. Comfort is killing us slowly. Without awareness, 2026 will arrive and you'll still be stuck in the same patterns. But what if you could reclaim control? What if the small cuts you make today could unleash an unstoppable version of yourself tomorrow? For thousands of years, Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca understood this. They knew that true power doesn't come from comfort or approval. It comes from clarity, discipline, and the courage to cut what no longer serves your growth. Today, we're going to explore 9 brutal life cuts you must make before 2026 so you can unlock your true potential, reclaim your focus, and build a life that no external chaos can shake. Stay with me, because each one is a small revolution for your mind and spirit. 1. Toxic relationships. Have you ever felt exhausted after spending time with someone, only to realize it wasn't the conversation or the activity that drained you, but the energy they carried? Some people bring constant negativity, criticism, or drama into your life. They gossip, complain endlessly, or demand attention in ways that leave you feeling depleted and anxious. You might tell yourself that you need to keep them close, that you must tolerate their behavior to avoid conflict, or that distancing yourself would be selfish. But every day spent in these relationships silently chips away at your focus, your inner peace, and your confidence. This is a harsh truth many ignore. Stoicism teaches that true strength comes from understanding what is within your control and what is not. You cannot control the words, moods, or actions of others. But you can control your response, your boundaries, and the company you choose to keep. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed." This principle is not about avoidance or coldness. It is about reclaiming your energy, protecting your mind, and cultivating an environment that nurtures growth. Consider your daily interactions. A co-worker who constantly complains and criticizes, a friend who never celebrates your achievements, only points out flaws. Even small, subtle interactions accumulate over time, quietly eroding your resilience. The first step is awareness. Identify the people who drain your energy rather than elevate it. Decide how you will distance yourself in practical, manageable ways. It could be limiting time spent on calls, muting or leaving draining group chats, or politely declining unnecessary obligations. Take deliberate, consistent steps toward protecting your space and energy. Affirm to yourself daily, "I surround myself with allies, not anchors." Cutting toxic relationships is not cruelty. It is an act of self-respect and disciplined living. It is the first decisive step toward reclaiming your focus, your clarity, and your true potential. 2. Unproductive habits. Have you noticed how much of your day disappears without meaningful action? Scrolling endlessly through social media, binge-watching shows, or putting off important tasks creates an illusion of activity while slowly eroding your productivity. You might think these habits are harmless, a way to relax or escape, but they quietly steal your focus, energy, and potential. Stoicism teaches that mastery over the self begins with intentional action. Your habits shape your mind, your resilience, and your ability to achieve meaningful goals. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Modern life constantly tempts you to procrastinate and seek comfort. But every minute spent indulging unproductive habits is a minute lost from growth, learning, and self-improvement. Consider your mornings. How often do you wake up and immediately check your phone? letting notifications dictate your mood and priorities. How many hours slip by before you tackle tasks that truly matter? The first step is awareness. Identify the habits that steal your focus and energy. Decide to replace them with small, deliberate actions that push you toward your goals. It could be dedicating time to reading, writing, or practicing a skill that challenges your mind and body. Even short, focused periods of effort can create compounding results over time. Commit to micro-actions that cultivate discipline and presence. For example, instead of scrolling, take 10 minutes to plan your day intentionally. Instead of binge-watching, spend 30 minutes learning a new skill or completing a meaningful task. Small changes, repeated consistently, reshape your mind and reinforce self-mastery. Affirm to yourself, I choose action over distraction. I shape my day, my mind, and my life. By consciously cutting unproductive habits, you reclaim your energy, sharpen your focus, and step closer to the person you are capable of becoming. Every deliberate choice strengthens your discipline and reinforces your potential. 3. Negative self-talk. Have you ever noticed the voice inside your head that constantly criticizes you? It whispers that you're not good enough, that you will fail, or that others are better than you. These thoughts may seem harmless at first, but over time, they shape your confidence, limit your actions, and drain your energy. Stoicism teaches that the mind is the ultimate battlefield. Your perceptions, not external events, dictate your emotional state. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Negative self-talk is a reaction, not a fact. It can be observed, questioned, and reframed. The first step is awareness. Notice when your inner voice begins to judge or doubt you. Identify the habitual phrases that undermine your confidence. Replace them with stoic truths and affirmations that reinforce your inner strength. For example, instead of thinking, "I can't do this," tell yourself, "I will take deliberate action and learn as I go." Instead of, "I'm not enough," affirm, "I am capable of growth and improvement every day." Even small reframes repeated consistently will reshape the pathways in your mind, creating resilience and confidence. Consider your morning routine. If the first thoughts of the day are negative or self-critical, the rest of the day becomes harder. Instead, take a moment to breathe, observe your thoughts without judgment, and choose one empowering statement to carry with you. Affirm to yourself, "I am capable, resilient, and unstoppable. My mind serves me, not the other way around." This practice is not mere positivity, it is stoic discipline. By cutting negative self-talk, you reclaim control over your mind, emotions, and actions. You build the inner fortress that allows you to face challenges without fear or doubt. Every day you practice this, you strengthen your ability to navigate life with clarity, focus, and unwavering confidence. 4. Fear of failure. Fear is a powerful force that holds many people back from pursuing their true potential. It whispers doubts, magnifies risks, and convinces you that trying is more dangerous than staying still. You may hesitate to take action, postpone important decisions, or avoid challenges altogether. But Stoicism teaches that failure itself is not the enemy. Your reaction to it is. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every obstacle, every mistake, every perceived failure is an opportunity to strengthen your mind and character. Fear only has power if you allow it to dictate your choices. The first step is recognition. Acknowledge the fear without judgment. Notice when it tries to stop you from taking action. Then take deliberate, Stoic-inspired steps forward despite the unease. Start with small actions that challenge your comfort zone. Try something you have been avoiding, an important conversation, a new project, or a personal goal. Observe your emotions as they rise, but do not let them control your actions. Reflect afterward on what you learned, rather than on what went wrong. Affirm to yourself, I act despite fear. I grow through discomfort. Failure is my teacher, not my enemy. This practice trains your mind to see opportunity where others see risk. It strengthens resilience and develops an inner strength that no external setback can shake. By cutting the habit of fearing failure, you reclaim agency over your life. You step into a state of readiness, prepared to face challenges and embrace growth without hesitation. Remember, the Stoic path is not about avoiding difficulty. It is about using difficulty to build a stronger, wiser self. Every time you act in spite of fear, you unlock another level of your potential and move closer to the person you're truly capable of becoming. 5. Overconsumption. Have you ever felt mentally exhausted without knowing why? Often, it is not the work or responsibilities that wear us down, but the constant consumption of meaningless content. Endless scrolling through social media, watching videos, or consuming news feeds creates the illusion of productivity while silently stealing your focus, creativity, and clarity. Stoicism teaches that what you expose your mind to shapes your character and energy. Marcus Aurelius advised, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Your attention is precious. Every moment spent on trivial distractions is a moment lost from self-improvement, learning, or meaningful action. The first step is awareness. Notice what fills your day. Ask yourself if each activity nourishes your mind or merely fills time. Replace passive consumption with deliberate engagement. Dedicate time to reading, reflecting, practicing skills, or engaging in activities that build strength and knowledge. For instance, instead of scrolling aimlessly, spend 30 minutes learning something new or completing a meaningful task. Instead of binge-watching entertainment, invest that time into personal growth, creativity, or planning your future. Even small, consistent choices compound over time to create remarkable results. Affirm to yourself, I feed my mind, not my distractions. I choose what nourishes my focus and growth. By cutting overconsumption, you reclaim energy and mental clarity. You free your mind to focus on actions that lead to tangible growth. This is not about deprivation, it is about prioritizing what truly matters. The Stoic path is about intentional living. Every choice you make to limit distractions strengthens your discipline and sharpens your focus. You begin to act with purpose, no longer at the mercy of external noise or endless consumption. Each deliberate decision brings you closer to mastering your mind and unlocking your true potential. 6. Excuses. Excuses are the silent thieves of progress. They disguise themselves as reasons, comfort zones, or temporary justifications, but in reality, they prevent you from taking ownership of your life. You might tell yourself, I don't have time, I'm not ready, or it's not the right moment. And each excuse, repeated over days, weeks, or months, builds invisible barriers that keep you trapped in the same place. Stoicism teaches that life's challenges are not obstacles to be avoided, but opportunities to exercise virtue, discipline, and courage. Epictetus wrote, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Every excuse you accept is a choice to surrender your freedom and delay your growth. The first step is awareness. Listen to the voice that whispers self-justification. Notice how it tries to redirect you from meaningful action toward comfort, avoidance, or distraction. Once you recognize these patterns, begin to dismantle them deliberately. Start with small, actionable steps. When a task feels daunting, instead of saying, I can't, ask yourself, what is the smallest next step I can take right now? When you feel too tired, too busy, or unprepared, remind yourself that perfection is not required. Action is. Replace excuses with a Stoic framework of responsibility and choice. Journal your excuses for a day or two. Write them down and, next to each, note what action you can take within your control. For example, if you catch yourself saying, "I don't have time to exercise," commit to a 10-minute movement routine or even a short walk. If you think, "I'm not ready to start my project," write down the smallest first step and complete it immediately. Affirm to yourself, "I take ownership of my actions. I'm responsible for my life, and I will act without delay." By cutting excuses, you reclaim agency. You stop giving away power to circumstances, comfort, or fear. You build resilience, discipline, and confidence. Every time you confront an excuse, you reinforce the mindset that your actions matter more than reasons for inaction. Excuses are invisible chains. Breaking them is an act of self-respect and Stoic courage. When you consistently choose action over justification, you cultivate the inner strength to face challenges directly. You become unstoppable, capable of moving forward despite discomfort, uncertainty, or fear. The practice of eliminating excuses reshapes your character and positions you to unlock the potential that lies dormant within. 7. People-pleasing. Have you ever found yourself saying yes when every fiber of your being wanted to say no? Do you constantly seek approval, fearing disapproval or judgment from others? People-pleasing is a silent trap that robs you of your time, energy, and authenticity. It disguises itself as kindness or cooperation, but in truth, it often undermines your values and priorities. You may overcommit, compromise your principles, or neglect your needs in the pursuit of being liked or accepted. Stoicism teaches that your moral compass, not the opinions of others, should guide your actions. Your worth is not measured by external validation. Seneca once said, "It is not the man who gives opinions that matters, but the man who lives by them." People-pleasing creates invisible chains. You surrender autonomy, allowing the expectations, moods, and judgments of others to dictate your behavior. The first step is awareness. Notice when you are acting out of fear of disapproval rather than alignment with your values. Pay attention to moments when you say yes, despite knowing it will cost you energy or peace. Once you recognize these patterns, begin to establish boundaries with clarity and intention. Start with small, concrete actions. Politely decline requests that do not align with your priorities. Express your limits with confidence and without guilt. For example, if someone asks you to take on extra work that disrupts your schedule, respond, "I appreciate your trust, but I cannot commit to this right now." Notice the internal resistance, the fear of being judged or disliked, but do it anyway. Reinforce this behavior with affirmations. I honor my values over others' expectations. My time and energy are mine to protect. Understand that saying no is not selfish. It is an act of integrity, self-respect, and courage. People-pleasing often stems from insecurity, low self-esteem, or the mistaken belief that your value is tied to the approval of others. Challenging this requires consistent practice. Set aside time each week to reflect on situations where you defaulted to pleasing others at your own expense. Identify the triggers, the patterns, and the moments you felt uncomfortable saying no. Commit to responding differently next time. Affirm to yourself, "I'm guided by my principles. I do not compromise my integrity for temporary approval." Over time, you will notice a shift. The people who truly respect and support you will remain. Those who seek to manipulate, drain, or control, you will naturally distance themselves. You reclaim control over your energy, your choices, and your time. This practice strengthens your resilience and fosters authenticity. It allows you to live in alignment with your values, unburdened by the need for constant validation. By cutting the habit of people-pleasing, you open space for meaningful connections, productive endeavors, and the focused pursuit of your true potential. Stoicism reminds us that virtue is sufficient for happiness. When your actions align with your values, external approval becomes secondary. Each time you practice setting boundaries and honoring your own priorities, you fortify your inner fortress. You learn to navigate social dynamics with clarity, composure, and confidence. You become someone who acts from principle, not fear. And in that strength, you unlock more of your true potential than approval ever could. 8. Clinging to the past. Many people live as if yesterday still controls their present. They replay old mistakes, relive disappointments, or cling to relationships and events that no longer serve them. This attachment to the past drains energy, clouds judgment, and prevents progress. You may tell yourself, "I can't move forward because of what happened," or "if only I had done things differently." Stoicism teaches that the past is beyond your control. What matters is how you act in the present moment. Seneca wrote, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." By constantly revisiting the past, you anchor yourself to what cannot be changed instead of focusing on what can be influenced. The first step is awareness. Notice when memories, regrets, or lingering attachments interfere with your decisions or mood. Acknowledge them without judgment, and then consciously let them go. Practice reframing these thoughts. Instead of dwelling on mistakes, ask, "What lesson does this teach me? How can I use this to improve today?" Instead of holding grudges or past resentments, consider forgiveness, not for them, but for your own peace of mind. Create rituals that reinforce presence and release. Writing a letter you never send, meditating on lessons learned, or visualizing a clean slate can help. Affirm to yourself, "I release the past, I act in the present, my focus is on what I can control today." Living free from the past does not mean forgetting. It means choosing not to let it dictate your choices or define your identity. When you cut the habit of clinging to yesterday, you open space for new opportunities, deeper focus, and authentic growth. Your energy is redirected toward meaningful action rather than regret or nostalgia. The Stoic approach is to embrace the flow of life, accepting what has happened and using it as a foundation for wiser choices. Every time you consciously return to the present, you strengthen resilience and sharpen clarity. You gain control over your emotions, thoughts, and actions. By letting go of the past, you step fully into your power and potential. Each day becomes an opportunity to act with intention, guided by reason, virtue, and the lessons of experience. This practice is a cornerstone of inner strength, focus, and personal mastery. Your past informs you, but it does not imprison you. You move forward with purpose, unshaken by old regrets, anchored in what truly matters today. 9. Self-limiting beliefs. One of the most invisible yet destructive forces in your life is the story you tell yourself. The beliefs you hold about who you are, what you can achieve, and what you deserve can either empower you or quietly sabotage your potential. Many people live under the weight of internal limitations. They believe they are not capable enough, not talented enough, or not worthy of success. These thoughts are subtle. They whisper in moments of hesitation, doubt your decisions, and stop you from taking bold actions. But Stoicism teaches that these beliefs are nothing more than perceptions. They are within your control to observe, question, and transform. Epictetus wrote, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Every self-limiting thought is an invitation to apply reason, courage, and discipline. The first step is awareness. Notice when your internal dialogue becomes negative or self-restricting. Pay attention to phrases like, "I can't do this," "I'm not good enough," or "it's impossible for me." Acknowledge these thoughts without judgment. then challenge them. Ask yourself, is this true? Is there evidence to support this belief? Or is it a story I've accepted without question? Replace these limiting narratives with rational, empowering statements. For example, instead of thinking, I will fail if I try, remind yourself, I will learn from the process and grow stronger with each attempt. Instead of, I'm not talented enough, affirm, I have unique strengths and I will apply them with persistence and focus. The mind is like a garden. What you cultivate grows. Neglect it, and weeds of doubt, fear, and limitation take over. Nurture it with discipline, reflection, and positive self-inquiry. Consider your daily routine. What are the thoughts you entertain first thing in the morning? Do you start the day reinforcing your limitations, or do you plant seeds of courage and possibility? Engage in practices that build self-awareness and resilience. Write down recurring negative beliefs and counter them with Stoic truths. Meditate on your strengths and past successes to reinforce the evidence of your capabilities. Surround yourself with reminders of growth and possibility, whether through books, mentors, or inspiring environments. Affirm to yourself, I am not defined by my fears or doubts. I act with courage, clarity, and purpose. Each time you confront a self-limiting belief and choose action over inaction, you reinforce a stronger sense of self. You break the chains of internal sabotage and reclaim the power to shape your life intentionally. This practice requires consistency. Self-limiting beliefs are often ingrained over years, but repeated, conscious challenges can transform them. By questioning, reframing, and acting, you gradually replace doubt with confidence and fear with resilience. Your internal narrative becomes a source of strength rather than an obstacle. You cultivate mental toughness, clarity, and a profound sense of autonomy. Stoicism reminds us that the mind is the foundation of all freedom. When you master your beliefs, you master your life. You become unstoppable, capable of pursuing goals without hesitation, unaffected by external noise or internal doubt. Every step taken in the face of self-doubt strengthens your character, sharpens your focus, and aligns your actions with your highest potential. By cutting the habit of self-limiting beliefs, you unlock doors that were previously hidden, awaken creativity, and embrace a life of purpose, discipline, and achievement. The journey is continuous, but each act of self-mastery brings you closer to the person you are truly capable of becoming. You step into a life defined not by fear, doubt, or external approval, but by clarity, courage, and the relentless pursuit of your highest potential. Looking back at the 9 brutal life cuts we've explored, the message is clear. Your life is shaped by the choices you make, the people you allow into your world, and the habits and thoughts you nurture. Holding on to toxic relationships, indulging in unproductive habits, listening to negative self-talk, fearing failure, overconsuming meaningless content, making excuses, people-pleasing, clinging to the past, or believing in self-limiting narratives. These are all forces that quietly erode your potential. Stoicism teaches that true freedom comes from mastery over yourself, your mind, and your choices. You cannot control external circumstances, other people, or the world at large, but you can control how you respond, where you place your energy, and the principles that guide your life. Every deliberate cut you make is an act of courage and clarity. Every choice to release what no longer serves you is a step toward reclaiming focus, strength, and inner peace. It is not about comfort or avoidance. It is about growth and alignment. The Stoic path is intentional, disciplined, and deeply empowering. By embracing these cuts, you create space for meaningful relationships, purposeful action, and the life you are capable of living all along. Affirm to yourself, I choose clarity over comfort. I take responsibility for my mind, my actions, and my life. These 9 cuts are not temporary fixes. They are the foundation of lasting transformation. They are tools to train your mind, fortify your character, and cultivate resilience in the face of adversity. Remember, this is a lifelong practice. Each day presents an opportunity to reinforce these principles, to observe your habits, to challenge your assumptions, and to act with courage. When you consistently apply these life cuts, you will unlock your true potential, reclaim control over your energy, and move confidently toward your highest self.